Okay, so I just wanted to share a funny conversation I had with my oldest son, Cypher, when he was about 5. He was in kindergarten, and we were getting ready for class, and I made pancakes for breakfast, and we were eating pancakes, and out of nowhere, he just turns to me and goes, "Mom, can you lick your elbow?" And I was like, "No, honey, I can't lick my elbow." And then he says, "Well, why not?" And I'm like, "Well, it's because that's impossible." And he's like, "Mom, you said nothing is impossible." And then he immediately tries to lick his elbow. And he goes, "I can't do it. Can you?" And I told him, "No." He's like, "Well, prove it." And so I showed him, and I tried to lick my elbow. When I showed him I couldn't, he was like, "Okay, then. I guess it is impossible." And we went back to eating, and everything was silent for a few minutes. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, he looks at me and he goes, "Mom, can Jesus do anything?" And I said, "Well, from what I understand about Jesus, yes." And for those of you that know me, you know that I've never really been that big on Jesus. I don't know a lot about Jesus. I've only recently come to accept the concept of Jesus. So, my hair's being crazy. But then he's like, "Okay." And then we go back to eating. And then a few minutes later, he looks at me and goes, "So, can Jesus lick his elbow?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Well, if Jesus can do anything, he should be able to lick his elbow." And I was like, "Well, you're right." And he's like, "Then how come you don't know if he can?" And I was like, "Because I'm not a Jesus expert, honey." And then he's like, "Well, why aren't you?" Because, he's always been big on Jesus since he was like 3. And I was like, I don't know." He's like, "Well, can you find out for me, please?" And I was like, "Yeah, honey, I can find out for you." And so I messaged some church people and asked them. Apparently, it actually prompted some deep discussions in their Bible study group. But yeah, that was a fun morning kindergarten conversation that I had with my son, Cypher, when one kindergarten morning. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Go out and spread the love, okay? Because love always wins.